There. Close enough?
We're close enough.
Greg Barnes, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Welcome to the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. It's October 1st, 2020. On my left is Commissioner Aaron Mays, who represents District 3, and on my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, who represents District 2. I'm Bill Rippon, and I represent District 1.
Good morning.
Good morning. Madam Clerk, what's first on our...
First item is item 1 under proclamations presentations. Number 1, Hillcrest Park renovations. Tim Laurent, Parks and Recreation.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Laurent, Shawnee County Parks and Recreation Department. Very excited to be here today to do a little bit of a sneak preview for the rededication of Hillcrest Community Center that we have scheduled for Monday, the 5th at 1 o'clock. As I said, this project, I'm really excited and really pleased with how it's turned out. This started well before I got here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what we've done so far and share some slides with you. And we kind of think of Hillcrest as sort of a classic community park. It's got the center. It's got a lot of amenities, playgrounds, futsal, basketball. So this is the first of our community parks to get a major upgrade like this. And it's really, as the slide said, the center is kind of the capstone of a several-year effort. So this out here in the park, new shelter. You can see the playground equipment in the background. You might recognize a gentleman there in that top photo, but new fitness equipment there. That was the first fitness equipment, outdoor fitness equipment to be installed in Topeka. That's what I'm told. Mm-hmm. Another shot of the fitness equipment. It gets used a lot. Very popular amenity. Outdoor futsal court, again, a first for Topeka. Really probably a first for this area. That's heavily used, and that outdoor court, sport court that they used has held up really well. So something that we're very proud of. Again, the playground, that's a great playground. Anytime you go by Hillcrest in the evenings or weekends, it is loaded with people. It gets a lot of use, very popular park. So along with the park, we've had some improvements done at the pool as well. Sound system, shade structures, new concrete, new fencing. I know there was a new play structure installed there at the pool in the last couple of years, the canoe, and again, very popular. So now we're looking at the inside of Hillcrest Community Park. We've got new LED security lighting, new LEDs in the gym. And when we started this process, really the gym, we didn't really have enough funds in our projected budget to do the gym, but we've been able to, with the help of some community partners and K-State, we're moving forward with some stuff there too. So that gym's been repainted. And we'll also refinish that floor, sand it down completely, refinish it, restripe it, and it's going to look amazing when it's done. The health department has used this location for WIC, and we've worked with Silverbacks. That's a great organization that use our kitchen, provide meals for folks that are in need, and then it's also a location for the USD 501 summer meal program. So. Again, a few recognizable faces there in the slides. So now we start looking at the new renovation, and you're kind of getting a sneak peek at what we've done in the lobby. And I really hope everybody can make it out on Monday, because the pictures are nice, but it really doesn't do it justice. You're really going to be pleased, and I think really surprised with how well this turned out. So that's kind of a ground level view looking at our new desk there in the lobby. It's been moved from the back of the building out to the middle. We have a brand new entrance now that leads into the building. This is just another shot of the lobby. That leads into really a multi-purpose room that also has new flooring. So you can see we've really infused a lot of colors. It really pops when you walk in there. This is the computer lab. You don't see any computers yet, but that's another partner that we work with is the Topeka Library, and they provide those computers. And as I understand it, I believe that is happening today. So those computers should be in when we have the rededication on Monday. So man, what a big improvement that is over where those computers were previously. And if you don't remember, those are open to the public. Those are free to use, and we have a lot of kids using those every day. So such a great amenity. So here's a shot from the outside. This was taken a while back, but we've got I mentioned that's a brand new entrance that didn't exist before. There'll be a sign there that says Hillcrest Community Center, and we've actually gone in and installed irrigation in front of the building. That was not on the original budget either. We've managed to do that out of operating. So we'll have irrigation. We'll have, which means that we'll be able to do a lot better job landscaping and making that appealing when you pull up. So it'll be not only will it look nicer, it will be safer and much more appealing. So. And so I wanted to, a couple of years ago at the State of the County address, there was a video that was shown, and Darrell Stewart was featured in that video. And if you don't remember Darrell worked for us for many years. He worked with all the neighborhood associations, and just an amazing gentleman, and somebody that we probably won't ever be able to replace. But Darrell had a few words to say about Hillcrest and at that time, and we thought it'd be appropriate to share that. So, see if I can get it to work.
In the park itself, we addressed a much needed area within our park, and we developed the first futsal court that is used every day. And we're resurfacing the basketball court. This is one of the few courts that have lights at night so you can play. Just being a resident that understands that you have a beautiful park, a safe park where your kids can go and play. That stigma that that was there in the past is totally gone. This is just one park that we're enhancing. We intend to enhance quite a few of our parks. I also get excited because I start to see that light that's back in the people's eyes again. They feel confident in our department. They are encouraged by our department, as I am encouraged. We can see that light in the tunnel again, and it's bright.
So I love that quote. I mean, I think Darrell talking about seeing the light in people's eyes, that's one of the reasons we get in this profession, Parks and Recreation, because of the ability to work with people and provide amenities like this. So I appreciate the support of the commission. Like I said, before I got here and once I got here, to help make this a reality. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Tim, Mr. Chairman, I think that, this is, you said, a classic park, but it shouldn't be understated that it's close proximity to Washburn Tech. When we look at everything along that corridor that's going on and just a real reinvigoration, this is just a big, big deal for the community and a really good thing for the whole Shawnee County to see this beginning of the first community center. So where do you see us going from here? Are we going to be looking at some of our other community centers doing the same full renovation?
Yeah, absolutely. I know that we have looked at the Oakland Community Center and Crestview Community Center. Those are probably the two that are on our radar right now. Personally, I think as part of our CIP presentation, we had included Oakland. I think that's where I'd personally like to go next. One thing that I failed to mention when we were looking at the slides is you looked at the front of that building, you saw the brick facade. Well, that's new, and we had to put that in because the split block facing that was there now was failing, and we were getting water in between there, and it was a bad situation. Well, I think we have that same sort of setup at Oakland, so I think it makes a lot of sense to move that direction and see if we can't get something done very similar over there.
I think that's great. I mean, and as you said, Go by the community center any evening, any afternoon, and it is completely packed, and it is a well-used community center.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think most people realize that these rec centers are now 50 years old.
Yeah.
They were built back in the 70s, so it's time for a facelift,
Yeah.
and time to
Rededication.
What's this?
Rededication.
Rededication, and maybe expansion of another one.
Possibly.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
What do we have next?
Item 2, unfinished business. Number 1, second reading, consider approval of Home Rule Resolution Number HR 2020-1, a resolution regulating signs on Shawnee County property.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Kraus, Shawnee County Councilor. As the clerk indicated, Home Rule Resolution 2020-1 was introduced on September 21st as the first reading per county rules. This is the second reading. You now have full authority under county rules to adopt, reject, amend, consider it later, or take whatever action you deem appropriate regarding this resolution. I'll be happy to try to answer any additional questions you might have at this point in time.
No questions? I would move for approval.
I'll second.
At this time, we'll open it up for public meeting. Do we have to vote on that?
Well, if we have anybody that wants to make public comment, now that there's a motion and a second, we could hear public comment before we vote.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
All right. All right, is there anyone who'd like to speak? Seeing none. All right, motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Bays. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you,
Jim.
Commissioners.
Next item.
Item 3, consent agenda.
I would move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item 4, new business A, County Clerk Number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Commissioners, this morning we have vouchers that total $1,251,107. The largest expenditure out of that voucher report is our JADO, which was $689,453.31. Out of the solid waste department was $253,625.85, of which the majority of that was fees to waste management. And finally, out of the holding accounts with the state of Kansas, $105,979.35. Having reviewed the vouchers, I do not have any questions and would move for their approval.
Second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move that we approve the correction orders.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item B, corrections. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C361-2020, a 6-month recruitment plan with KSNT to include television, social media, and geofencing to expand the pool of applicants needed to fill vacancies for the adult and juvenile detention centers at a monthly cost of $9,855 with funding from the detention budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Cole, Shawnee County Department of Corrections. In cooperation and working very close with Angela Lewis and Betty Greiner, we are asking permission to waive the current purchasing or bidding processes to be able to enter into an agreement with KSNT to implement and start a very extensive recruitment plan for the Department of Corrections to fill the vacancies. That this has been something that we have been one of our top priorities for many, many years. We do suffer, like most correctional agencies, with continuing vacancies, and we've seen our vacancies continue to be in the 50s. We have locked down more than we need to be, and we have seen some vital programs that we've had to put to the side. But One of the things that we see here is that in working with this company is that when working with Betty and Angela, we did go out, and this isn't something new we looked at. We've had a company come to us. They were much more expensive for just being providing partial of these services, and then we also worked with another company who was not able to even meet the kind of basic standards of what we needed. And so that's why we've been working together with KSNT over, been several weeks, meeting with them and putting together a robust system. This will be extensive use of television on major networks and with, paired with major television events. This will be with major social media outreach, and also I don't want to say it's a new technology, but what they use with geofencing is they can put parameters around different areas of the community. So when somebody walks into a community area in one of these boundaries, that it'll pop up on their phone and say that the Shawnee County Department of Corrections is hiring. We've seen this in other areas work very good. While there are no guarantees, we have worked with Betty and Angela on looking at some guarantees for this, as far as providing them a baseline of the number of applicants we're getting, to guarantee that we'll have more exposures, more applicants, and things like that. Whether we hire them or not, that'll be up to our internal systems and things like that. But I appreciate deeply the work that we did with Angela and Betty. They worked with us. We do have the money in our budget to be able to handle this type of deal. It'll be over the next 6 months, and we'd like to get this started as soon as possible. And I'd stand for any questions you may have.
You said this would start within the next 6 months, or?
Yes.
Okay.
It would be a 6-month deal. One of the things that we talked about is they wanted a minimum of 3 months. Typically what we've seen with the projections they've given, and even the companies we talk to, doing something for 3 months, it takes about 2 or 3 months to even starting to see any type of exposure and expand the exposure and stuff like that. So that's why we went with 6 months.
Okay.
Chairman. Brian, since we have everybody here, this is being broadcast, it's being recorded, we have media here, how many officers are we looking for right now? What are the minimum qualifications so that that can be included in any newscast or story? Because I think it's important that we use, this is great that we're using KSNT to get this message out, but we need to take advantage even here, getting our message out to the public. What is it that we're looking for, and how many are we looking for?
Well, we're looking for those individuals that have good character, able to work in a paramilitary environment with policy and procedure structure, with excellent benefits and competitive pay. We're looking for those. We have approximately, I think, close to 55 vacancies right now of correction specialists, both on the adult and juvenile. For the adult and juvenile, they have different requirements. On the adult, and what's similar with adult and juvenile is you have to be 21 years of age, free of any felonies, being able to obtain a Kansas driver's license, pass a background check, a criminal background check, a polygraph test, an interview, and a physical agility test. On the juvenile side, it goes much forward because we're licensed by the Kansas Department of Health and Environment. So included in their requirements is that you have to have at least 3 hours, credit hours of college in some type of social services, child development, 45, I believe it's 40 to 45 hours of training when it comes in child care, or at least a year working in either another correction facility with child care or working in some type of child care service, daycare, foster care, things like that. So we're looking for everybody that is interested. This is a good job. We provide excellent benefits, but we're just like anybody else that in corrections. This is a tough business, and then you throw on the challenges of COVID, and that's made it worse.
If a person wants to apply or wants to know more, they go to the Shawnee County website?
Yes. They can go to the Shawnee County website, but they also, on this app here, it shows up on their phone or whatever. They can automatically hit the website on their smartphone, and it'll take them right to the necessary application processes. And also at the Shawnee County Jail, we take in people right off the street that want to interview. I don't wait for them. We work closely with the human resource. If they call in and say you're hiring, yes, we schedule it, and then we do the computer work at the time of the interview, which we've seen other correctional agencies having to do the same thing.
So if a person is an interest in serving with Shawnee County, please look into that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Next item. Thank you.
Item C, Information Technology. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C362-2020 with Software House International for the purchase of Barracuda Essentials to replace the on-premises Barracuda spam filter reference contract C324-2019 and move it to a cloud-based platform at a cost of $13,670.40 with funding from the departmental budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Pat Oblander with the Information Technology Department. As mentioned, this is a renewal of our contract with Barracuda for a spam filter platform. It's notable that if approved, we'll be moving our spam filter from an on-premises appliance to a cloud arrangement, which is another step in the direction that we're trying to go with increasing our footprint in the cloud. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those.
Any questions?
Nope. I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Next item.
Item D, Emergency Management. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C363-2020 with the Kansas Division of Emergency Management to receive $41,065 from the Rural EOC Enhancement Grant Program to help enhance the Emergency Operations Center's connectivity, communications, and mitigation protective measures in response to COVID-19, and approval of request to issue a request for proposals.
Good morning, Commissioners. Aaron Mahan with Emergency Management. As was stated, we were recently afforded the opportunity to apply for an EOC enhancement grant that is administered by the Kansas Division of Emergency Management. What this grant will do is it will allow to increase the social distancing, the ergonomics, and the safety of the overall EOC environment during operating hours. We have noticed our hours of operation have increased. We do spend a lot of hours in the EOC, especially our situation unit leader and our operations section chief. Like I said, we were given a very short time to apply for this, which was probably less than a week. And once we did consult with Director Greiner on kind of direction on which way we should go with this, we were advised to go ahead and apply for it, and we were subsequently awarded a grant in that amount of just over $40,000. What this will allow us to do is redo the operations section office in order to space things out a little bit more, make it a little bit more comfortable, and also to finish off another office that we have that used to be storage, which we can house additional personnel in. During our response to COVID-19, we have seen an increase in people that are working out of the EOC, whether they're answering the hotline or doing other additional duties for us, such as volunteer management, and of course, health-related activities. We had went out and got several estimated bids on office fixtures and furniture and additional items that we may need. But we would ask that you approve the contract award and then allow us to go out for an RFP to get exact pricing and best pricing and most efficient use of the funds for these office fixtures and facilities. I would stand for any questions.
Any questions?
No, I'll move to approve.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item E, Commission. Number 1, acknowledge the appointment by Commissioner Mays of Casey Clark to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Advocacy Board.
Mr. Chairman, Casey's here today. He's a cycling advocate, outdoors enthusiast living in Topeka with his wife, daughter, and 2 dogs. He works for Evergy, but you can also find him around bicycles. He volunteers as a track official for Heartland BMX, coaches the local Crossing the Line Racing BMX team, organizes mountain bikes rides for all ages, and he helps to build and maintain the hiking and biking trails in Topeka. He's served as the president of the Topeka Community Cycle Project, and he's also been on the board of directors for Meals on Wheels, and has been a Topeka resident for 12 years. So with that, I would like to move the appointment of Casey to the Parks and Rec Advisory Board.
Sounds like a great appointment. I'll
Yeah.
second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Thanks, Casey.
Could we get a hand wave from Casey? I didn't.
Over there, yeah.
There he is. Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you very much for volunteering to serve for this.
Yeah, thank you.
Next item.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
Okay, this time, if anybody would like to make any public comment, or if we have any departments that would like to make any announcements, come forward.
Good morning, Commissioners. Craig Barnes, Health Department. What I wanted to share today was just something I thought would be important for the public and everyone in this room's kind of situational awareness with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. There was an article that was published with the Capital Journal yesterday with some relatively, as we as health officials kind of see as disturbing news of a imposter, if you will, in the title here in Brown County, who is impersonating health officials and going door to door to try to get the members of the public to go with him. A subsequent investigation into that found that this was not a standalone issue with just Brown County, that this has also happened in 2 other additional counties here in our region, Atchison and Jackson County. So counties here in our northeast region. So I stand before you today just first off to bring that to your attention, and second off to say that at no time any individual for the Shawnee County Health Department will be coming to your door. And I think it's another opportunity to share with the public that if they are in any instance not familiar with the individual that comes to their door, always be looking for a source of identification. Any public health official with the health department will always have a badge similar to this that I have here, as well as across the entire Shawnee County organizations will also have a badge that will show their name and identification. So always encourage individuals to ask for that identification, ask for the reason for the visit, and maintain their situational awareness at all times right now. But I did just want to ensure and the public that at this time there's no reason for any Shawnee County Health Department official to be going door to door. We'll not be asking for you to go with them due to any positive, negative test results, and that's what we're seeing right now, and we'll continue to follow that and update the commission and the public as we see.
So he was asking people to go with him to actually leave?
That is what the article related to us, yes. And
He was
so,
telling people that he would take them to get
take
tested.
them to get tested, or that they had, yeah. So,
All right. Well, thank you for that.
my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Commissioners. John Bell, Recreation Program Supervisor, Old Prairie Town and Great Overland Station. Staff and volunteers are hard at work setting up for our first annual Garden Glow at Old Prairie Town. It will kick off October 2nd and run till the 11th, and it will run from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. each night. It is a Parks for All event, so all the proceeds from the Ward Mead Garden Glow will stay at Old Prairie Town and the Ward Mead Botanical Garden to help with future enhancements. So hope to see everybody out.
Thank you.
Great event. Thank you.
Thank you.
It is a good event. If you miss that, you are truly missing out. It's a good event for all ages. So it's in this time when it's hard to get to you go to a football game, this will be a good event to go to. So.
Well, and I may mention too, we will have some restrictions in place. We do have a directional path flow throughout the event, and then we are encouraging masks, of course, and then we are limiting it to 500 visitors in the park at a time. Once we hit that maximum number, it'll be a one in, one out basis. So,
But the Potwin drugstore is going to be open?
absolutely. The Potman Drug Store will be open for ice cream and soda fountain treats, and then the Mulvane General Store, which is our gift shop, it will be open as well, and then we will have a concession stand on site as well. So.
Great.
Thank you,
Yeah.
John.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Commissioner Mays, do you have anything?
Nothing from me today.
Commissioner Cook?
I just want to take a moment and thank Kurt Niehaus, Craig Maddox, Jim Crowell. Staff from Public Works came out last night, Commissioner Mays as well.
Yep.
A public meeting over at the Bettis Sports Complex, talking about 29th Street. We had 25 members of the public that live in Aquarian Acres or around 29th Street, answered concerns and questions that they had, and again, looking at having that project finished up here the beginning part of December. And so everything looks to be on track, and I see it was a very positive meeting and just being able to meet with the public. And so I want to thank Kurt and his staff and everybody else for attending.
Well, I was on vacation, and it was good. I went to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and visited their UP station that they've turned into a museum and rental space. So it was good to see how their operation worked. I went to the state capitol. I went to Yellowstone National Park. Went to Spokane, Washington, and Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. It was a great vacation. Got to see the grandkids, and seeing the station, the Great Overland, it was not the Great Overland Station, the UP station in Cheyenne, it gave me a lot of good vision for what we could do with this building and how we could be used, and I feel good about what we have to start with. It's great bones here. So I went away with a good feeling of where we can go with this project. So that was it for me. Do we have a need for executive session? No need for executive session, but we are going to have a department head meeting immediately following. So we're adjourned from this meeting.
Okay.